The great challenge of covering this Trump era has been preventing the unprecedented from becoming routine, turning historic events into the same old news. I don't pretend to have a full answer to that challenge, but I do believe that one antidote is reporting and repeating stark facts. We crossed a monumental threshold this week. It's the first time the federal government has charged a former president with defrauding the country. It's the first time the federal government has charged a former president with obstructing the congressional count of electoral votes. It's the first time the federal government has charged a former president with engaging in a criminal conspiracy to deprive millions of American citizens the right to have their votes counted. Donald Trump will eventually have his day in court. The bottom line for now, in these early days of the presidential campaign, is this. The leading Republican candidate has been credibly accused of trying to destroy the democracy he wants to lead. We're going to speak with Trump's attorney in a moment. Chief Washington correspondent Jon Karl starts us off.
When Donald Trump stood before a federal judge in Washington this week, he became the 1,090th person charged in connection with the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. This may have been Trump's third indictment, but this one is different. Not because he faces a maximum sentence of 45 years in prison, the maximum in the classified documents case is even higher, but because it accuses him of betraying the very oath of office he hopes to take once again. The charges include defrauding the United States and depriving the rights of Americans to have their votes count, a right central to the meaning of democracy. As with all those other defendants who have appeared in that same courthouse, the judge told him, "You have the right to remain silent." As a condition of his release, he is not allowed to talk to other witnesses about the case, even though he could find himself on a debate stage with one of the prosecution's leading witnesses, former Vice President Mike Pence, who is now saying Trump is disqualified from ever again holding the office of president because of what he did on January 6th.
I really do believe that anyone who puts themselves over the Constitution should never be president of the United States.
But it is Trump, not Pence or anyone else, who is the far and away frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination. None of the many charges he faces have hurt him. In fact, they have become the animating message of his campaign, one he hit again minutes after pleading not guilty in Washington.
This is a persecution of a political opponent.
A large number of Republican voters seem to agree. Party leaders, too. Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy going so far as to say Trump is being prosecuted for expressing an opinion, bizarrely comparing Trump's efforts to overturn the election with how Hillary Clinton and Al Gore handled their defeats.
And I can say the same thing that Hillary Clinton says about her election that she lost. I can say the same thing about the DNC who said it about the 2016 race. I can say the same thing about those in the Democratic Party from the leadership on down about George Bush not winning, that Al Gore did. But were any of them prosecuted? Were any of them put in jail?
Except there was no insurrection after Al Gore and Hillary Clinton lost. Both did something Trump never did. They conceded. While Trump seems as strong as ever among Republicans, a new ABC Ipsos poll shows 65% of all adults say the charges against Trump are serious. A majority say he should have been charged with a crime. Nearly half say the charges are politically motivated, but just as many say Trump should suspend his campaign. He won't, of course, but the campaign calendar is now on a collision course with the legal calendar. The first hearing in the January 6th case scheduled for just 5 days after the first Republican debate. The New York trial in the hush money case scheduled for the middle of the Republican primaries. The classified documents trial scheduled for just weeks before the Republican convention, with more court dates and likely even more charges still to come.
Thanks, Jon Karl, for that. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.